I'm David G, Sheshnaag.com. What on earth is Kundalini? This video is about omji and sex. Hopefully it doesn't invalidate you too much, but I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be one of those spiritual teachers that is seen as above people. I just want to be seen as a reflection of people. I want to encourage self-awareness. There's my books, there's my videos. Go and fix yourself. There's no power hierarchy. My main aim is to not manipulate or exploit anyone's vulnerability. I sit here and I question, I appreciate John Lennon's line, "The world is so crazy that we hide to make love, but we endorse war on the surface and outside." Wow, that's pretty accurate. And then people are telling me, according to the good book, that sex is a sin. And I'm thinking, mate, are we talking about the same God? Because my God is just. And my God wouldn't put a penis on something and then have attractive women going around where my penis goes hard when they're energetically conducive to an experience where the sexual impulse is happening. Of course, it's a just God. She's got a wet vagina, I've got a hard penis. Makes sense that there's only one thing I'm going to do. So let's be respectful of the framework of the human. Let's be respectful of the divine nature of the human. There is a need for expression of sex. There is the choice of whether you do it animalistically or through worship. And whether you don't have any idea about the great being behind the scenes or whether you acknowledge that great being behind the scenes during the act. I also question whether the sexual energy, even though it is misinterpreted as Kundalini and thrown around thanks to Tantra and one of the arms of Tantra, as the same energy, it's not actually the same energy. It's a very similar energy, because when you dream, or when I dream, I have these vivid dreams, wake up with this raging hard on, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Because the subtle energy during that time is getting sublimated into my subtle body, into my linga sharira. All the higher forms of yoga talk about sublimation of your sexual essence, not expressing it. So there's a physical expression of the energy called tejas. There are techniques developed to turn that tejas into ojas, which is the sublimation which can purify your subtle body. I'm all for both. You can expel it at the right time in the right circumstances, and you can sublimate it at other times. I'm not here to exploit anyone. I'm here to be a human being and awesome at it. I like sex, mate, and I like the feel of a woman. And while I'm single and not emotionally attached to anyone, there's no reason why I can't have it. As long as it's consensual and honest, and there is no manipulation of the other being, and we both get uplifted from the experience. Let's not think for 1 minute that sex needs to be behind closed doors and not discussed. It's one of the most beautiful experiences that you can endorse, both individually and with another person or with several people. The expression of that energy, not to be misconstrued into love, because that's what this bent culture's sort of done, twisted it into this sort of form of having sex with someone will give you a sense of belonging and you'll feel loved. That's as neurotic as anything. I'm just talking about the sexual experience. You've got sexual organs. You're an animalistic framework with a divine component. You bring those two together in the heart and you can experience love for all beings. Just make sure it's not deceitful, not manipulative. It's your karma that's going to come back on you, but we're so deeply unconsciously programmed that the shit I'm talking about, most people might not even get. That's cool. Judge away. If you get invalidated, watch some of those videos to do with validation, invalidation. Try and understand yourself better. Take a little while to understand why you get offended, or why you think me speaking the truth about my experience invalidates you. That's Omji talking about sex. Go hard. Om Namah Shivaya. What on earth is Kundalini? Sheshnaag.com. Free books on and shit like that. Everything's free. Knock yourself out. Shag your ass off too. As long as you're consensual and respectful and uplifted after the experience. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Peace. Share the world.